Alright guys, so it's a little loud. We finally got this stupid 3000 GT running. What a pain. So back on the Ford Ranger here, Jeremiah's been slowly working on getting all our charge piping done. So we've actually got our charge pipe and our intercooler hooked up. Intercooler there. Jeremiah made a quick little L bracket to lock it in place there. We'll take this back off and paint it when the time comes. We've got our Turbo Smart blow-off valve on. We've got all the charge pipe hooked up. So we've got a vacuum block on the way here that we're gonna use. You guys may not remember, but when we were doing the DET3 install, I had an issue with getting a vacuum line there. So the next ordeal that we have is the actual intake pipe. If you guys look, it's like extremely close there. So we're trying to route it back to the factory filter. Now with the DET3, we do have the MAF deleted, so we don't really have to run it back here, but we're just gonna do it to make it simple where we don't have to build another intake. FedEx has really been dropping the ball recently. We've been waiting on some of the old feed line fittings and stuff like that, so we can't get this wrapped up just yet. So the down pipe is mostly done. We've got a V-band on the end of it. Charge piping is done and intake. So what we're doing as far as fueling goes is we're going to be doing extra injectors. There's a few reasons why we're doing it this way. I don't really like this route per se. I think it's better just to replace the injectors, but the owner wanted to basically run this for simplicity, which I don't really think so. This is really old school tech. Will it work? Probably. What we're going to do first though is just see how far the stock injectors will go before adding this on. Speaking of which, we've already got this planned out. If we end up going this route, we're basically going to tap this fitting right here. We're gonna convert this to like a 4AN or 6AN or something like that, and then we'll just run it to feed this injector. We actually have two of these from ATP Turbo, just in case we do end up needing a second one. Now, while it is a decent solution, it's not a great solution in my opinion, just because that you're not really able to control how much fuel is going through per cylinder. So, you know, in theory, there's a chance that we could, you know, cylinder 1 would get the most and cylinder 4 would get the least. The problem is that with the wideband, we don't really know, because the wideband's showing it, you know, we don't have an O2 per cylinder, we would just have the one. So for now, our main goal is just to get everything mechanically wrapped up, just to get it started. We've got a wastegate. I just haven't put it on yet. We're going to use a V-band adapter there, 38 2-bolt to a V-band to a Turbo Smart wastegate, and we're going to probably put the wastegate spring at like 7 pounds of boost. And again, like I said, we're just going to see what the stock injectors will do. From what I've been reading online is that on the other MZR cars, the Mazda 3, Mazda 6 and whatnot, there are guys that are running 5 or 6 pounds of boost on the stock injectors. So I just kind of want to see where it's at here on the Ford, and then I'll make the decision whether we need to add the extra injectors or not. Now, if we do go with the extra injector route, the goal is to get it further back. The further back we can get it, the better atomization that we'll have, right? Same principle with water meth. The only downside is that if we have to add the intake air temp sensor, we can't hook it up where we normally do by the throttle, because we'd have fuel there. The alternative would be to have the injectors here, intake air temp sensor here, but like I said, we're still playing it by ear. You know, a lot of this is experimental to us, just like most projects, so we're just doing it to see, you know, kind of what results we get. Ideally, like I said, it's better to replace the injectors, but if we can run 5 or 6 pounds of boost and we just need a little bit more in fuel flow for more boost, you know, again, we'll just play it by ear and see what happens.